Not sure if this will be season 5, episode 1, or just a bonus episode from season 4 because Fox got a cold, so I'm subbing in for him today. I have John, that's usually behind the camera. Today we have Aaliyah, so if you hear a female voice, don't get scared, it's not in your head. We're gonna start with a rolling back take. Last couple of weeks we've dealt with De La Riva, either from top or the bottom. Today we're gonna switch it to top. And if you have any questions, pile them on. So we're gonna start on top. Our training partner is in a regular De La Riva down here. And Fox talked about making grips irrelevant. So last time we did a gi episode, it was controlling the foot so we can step over. We're still going to do that. The only difference is we're not going to cut across for a knee slice. This time we're going to go for a staple pass on the same side. But one very important detail, we want to get past the knee. Okay, so notice how my thigh is slightly covering the foot. John is not really uncomfortable with this. This is actually a good hook for him. So as we start driving across, our hand switches from the shin to over the knee, and we bump it down. We want to hop over it, okay? We can turn a little bit. So once we're in this position, we're forcing our training partner to this like quarter guard. And we have a couple of options, either smashing forward towards mount or turning for the rolling back take. Okay, we're gonna turn for the rolling back take. One of the biggest mistakes, guys, is gonna be rolling too close to the shoulders. So our second leg comes back and covers our training partner's legs. We turn all the way towards the butt, and now we do a very simple forward roll. Once we're here, we're lined up to our training partner's hips. We don't want to extend our legs, we want to stomp our legs to the mat. With the gi, grab the collar. Don't let your training partner spin away. Second hand, gi or no gi, is gonna be on the top hip. We can start going up, shrimping up, start getting the top hook. Once we have the top hook, our underhook is gonna help us pull our training partner's shoulders towards us, and we have secured the back, okay? However you wanna configure your legs on your training partner's hips, crossing your feet, body triangle, regular hooks, or stepping, completely up to you, okay? So, stay over here. Yes, that's why we have the marker. So, we are regular De La Riva. Whatever grips our training partner has on us. The sleeve, stay strong on the knee, and the collar, just don't let your posture get too broken, okay? We want to fight this leg getting us on balance. You don't fight it staying very strong here, kind of like not letting your training partner move you. If I try to stay too strong and John kicks, he's gonna eventually get me on balance, and now I'm on the run. So this leg has to float. If John kicks, that leg steps back. John retracts, I retract. He kicks again, I go back. And timing it so we can step over. Okay, so this leg is always moving. Again, once we're here, that grip is irrelevant, but we're not going across for a knee slice. We're going forward for a staple. Once we're here, our body's low, so we don't get elevated, but we want to hop over the knee. So once we make the change from the shin to the knee, push and hop forward. Now we go heavy with our knee. And again, we have the options on pinning our training partner's shoulders, going forward to the mount, but we're gonna keep it advanced today. We're going for the rolling back take. Don't rush it. You can put your pressure forward, forcing your training partner to start framing on you. And then we can turn. As we turn, guys, we step back, covering our training partner's shins. Hand that's closer to the head is the one that rolls close to our training partner's butt. And once we're here, our feet, if you want to, you can lock or stay foot to foot, go down to the mat. We grab our training partner's hip, and with the gi, we grab the collar. Now we're sitting up, but we don't want to chase up too much. we want to keep our training partner here. So if John wants to go up for a turtle, we're shrimping away, okay? Top hook goes over, under hook goes in, we pull, and secure our training partner's back with the seatbelt grip. If you're going IBJJF or regular tournaments for points, get your hooks first. Any tournament ADCC style, lock in your body triangle, you will still get back points. If you're doing sub only, just body triangle, stay attached to your training partner's back. Okay? Do you have any questions, Leah? Nothing? Oh, you're doing a great job. No questions. Yes. So, guys, now another option from stepping over that knee, and we're making our training partner's grips irrelevant. We're stepping over, we're going forward. We hop over, we're here. You don't want to just get used to spamming that rolling back take, because John can beat me to it. If I just hop over the knee and start going like this, John stretches, yeah. Now this is a scramble. Now you're pretty much gonna be back passing guard, okay? So, we're here, we step over, we start going through. Again, once you're in this position, hop over that knee, don't ignore it. Your knee goes heavy down in front of your training partner's belly. You want to first pressure the upper body. You want to make your training partner feel like you want to go to the mount. Okay, so as John is framing here, we're gonna start pummeling our hands. If you want to, you can thread in arm triangles, or you can just collapse that frame going forward. Once we're in this position, head goes to the floor, we tripod up, pummeling our second foot, pummel out to mount, okay? That's gonna be the more basic option, drop my foot, the more basic option. And even if you don't want to go to mount, even if you want to go for the rolling back take, you need to threaten it. Your head needs to be here. Your training partner has to be framing, otherwise you have a very easy pass that you don't really want to let it go to waste, okay? Once your training partner is pushing, they're strong on their side, here is where we go, okay? Once you're in this position, your roll should give you enough momentum to expose the shoulders and fully secure your training partner's back, okay?
Is this position called a truck?
What?
Is this position called a truck?
Yes, that's a truck. Some people like to call it a truck roll. It's when you're controlling one hip and then the opposite side shoulder.
And another question, kind of, says, hey, we get up. My partners grab my gi from my knees to pass my guard. I have my partners grab my gi from my knees and circle the opposite way to pass my guard. I never know what to do.
Like a Torreando car pass. Well, so they do this and they just push and go through, and now we're in a pretty bad spot. From this position, guys, you're gonna be creating a scramble where you're like 6 steps behind. So it's not really that good for you, okay? From this position, you have to get used to hand fighting, and you should be pulled up paying attention to your training partner's stance, okay? If John is right leg forward, he's gonna be going to my left most of the times because he wants to stay disengaged or a strong knee slice. If he goes towards his right with a staple, he's kind of like engaging, deciding to stay in front of me for longer, okay? So, training partner gets grips, break the grips. As simple as that. You just need to break one. Preferably the one where your training partner is going. So while John gets his grips and starts going for his pass, we're gonna be breaking that. Notice my foot is kind of past John's body. Once you can step on it, you can start trapping your training partner in your preferred guard. Whether it's El Arriba, whether it's Spider Guard, whether it's Lasso. But once you've broken that first grip, you should take the momentum away from your partner. I'll advise you to just go slow. Go. Try not to fight just with your feet and then try to frame, because this is going to be a hard battle to win. It's not fully lost, you're not pinned down, but notice you only have 2 pushing grips against your entire body weight from your training partner. Okay? So, hand fight, guys. You're on the bottom. Anyone grabs anything on the knees, on the ankles, wherever they go, take away their grips. You don't want to just let them control you, and you're here kicking air, trying to keep them away. Okay?
Quick question, can't you get them in a short arm bar from split guard if they pass like that?
Not split guard, and not a short arm bar. So, go again for that bullfighter. Slow. Go, 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 go. So, once you're here, yes. That's why I said not all is lost. We can choose to break the outside hand grip. But now, John still has a very strong pushing hand on my knee. So going all the way in for split guard is going to be pretty hard. What you can do is, once you have secured the hand under your armpit, as you bring your legs up, you can try to go for that shoulder bar Fox has been playing around lately, or try to threaten a more traditional arm bar from the bottom. Okay? This is going to go one or two ways. Well, hopefully you don't fully mess it up and you get your card pass. But either John taps here, or he defends it, he twists it, turns his elbow out, and now we have recover guard. Our training partner is still in front of us. Okay? But going from bottom north south, which is one strong under the armpit grip, to a full split guard and our training partner tapping, it's kind of like a very long road. It's not like, it's not like John gets his grips, we start breaking, and now we put them in split guard, stretch them out. Now we can choose. Now we can do whatever we want. If we're on the run, we can also have to take what our training partner gives us. Just a little louder? Okay, I'll try to scream, guys, but I'm not a screamer. That's it? Okay, no more questions. Good. So, now, we can go over the counter for when our training partner gets into that kind of like truck roll position, rolling back take. So they stuff our leg through here, they start going up in this position. There's a couple ways it can play out. You want your training partner to make a lot of adjustments. Okay, that's how your defense starts, forcing your training partner to move kind of like in ways that they don't want to. But if a training partner wants to do the rolling back take, it's kind of like their plan. You have a strong mount defense, or you're fighting really hard to not get mounted. Okay, here our elbow will go in. We start covering the knee, shrimping away for our elbow escape. So if our training partner is counting on that, go up, please. Yep, go back. Go back. Yep. Yep. If our training partner is counting on that, that's usually where the rolling back take happens. Okay, we do it. So from this position, as our training partner is going, we're gonna go for a more advanced option. Okay, we're gonna control our training partner's knee, the one that's right in front of us, with that same side hand. The second hand is going to control the far hip. And now it's a race, guys, that you want to win. Hopefully, you win it. And thankfully, you just need to move once. We step on the ground, and we do a very hard shrimp to find ourselves re-rolling our training partner's rolling back take. Okay, so we're not really stopping them, we're switching the angle. Once we're in this position, our biggest problem is going to be our training partner turtling away. So we're grabbing the hands, we're grabbing the gi. Avoid grabbing the belt because the belt turns here. Once we're in this position, we can sit up, grab the collar behind the neck, and we start shrimping up again. Getting our hook, getting our underhook, securing our training partner's back. Again, with our hooks, with our body triangle, or stepping on the top hip. So, we can see that one more time. You can see the angle here. Go up. So, we have our de la riva for whatever guard you're playing, and your training partner stops your knee, goes through. This is where you are. Stop. Guys, if you find yourself in this position, you're gonna get mounted. Like with your hands like this, or if you're not really paying attention to your training partner's upper body. You have to frame. You have to try to keep that shoulder away. Yes, your arms are exposed, but you have your elbow scape going on for you for a little bit. So hopefully if your training partner tries anything crazy on your arms or going for a submission with their legs, you will be able to retract, you will be able to shrimp. Okay, so don't just give up in this position, put your hands on the mat, it's gonna be worse for you. Okay, so we're framing strong here. As our training partner starts going for the rolling back take, here is where we get our leg heavy. And whoever has their foot behind the training partner's knee is the one that's going to win the battle. So our job is to get our heel behind our training partner's knee, and we're not going to get it from just here. We control our training partner's leg with that outside hand. Inside hand goes to the far hip. With the gi, guys, you can grab the gi. And now, don't stay in this position, try to pummel your feet. Your training partner is in a better position than you and they have momentum on their side. Step the outside foot and it's a big shrimp. Pushing that knee down, getting our heel behind our training partner's knee, and we stay controlling the hip. Again, we don't want our training partner going away to the turtle. So we pull. Once we have pull, we can start going for the collar behind the neck. We can go up on our elbow to have a better base, shrimp up, get the top hook, and start securing our training partner's back. Have any questions, Leah?
For this topic?
For any topic.
Alright, the next topic is, what do you think is the best escape for a fully locked triangle for NoGi?
Fully locked triangle, best escape.
NoGi.
Hopefully you don't go to sleep. You can always tap. And there's a couple ways. A lot of people like to posture up really hard. Personally, when anyone locks a triangle on me, I like to sleep my head out. Okay, but it's slightly more advanced, slightly more dangerous. But here's the thing. Fully locked, it's this. Training partner with a good angle, good everything. You're better off tapping. There's nothing you can do there, okay? This, with the feet locked, your training partner lined up in front of you, it's not fully locked, okay? Notice where my knees are right now. Kind of like covering John's hips. I don't want him to angle out, and from this position, it's over, okay? But he has pretty long legs. He can lock his foot under his knee. Yeah, this is still not fully locked. Notice how much space I have on my neck. I can talk. The problem is we can get armbar, we can get key lock, we can get kimura. This is not a good spot to be, okay? So, from this position, I like to go through with the trapped arm and immediately start tripoding up, okay? With the gi, you can grab the collar or just punch the mat. Avoid grabbing your training partner's shoulder, okay? You want to base on that hand, go all the way up. And now I'm angling off of John. I'm not really putting crazy amount of pressure on him. I just want his hips over his shoulder and to be misaligned. Once we're in this position, we're gonna tuck our chin in and our second hand is gonna push on the far thigh. If our training partner tries to stay strong and follow us, we're going to shake until we can pop our head out. And from here, guys, the second you escape a submission, you better put your training partner on the run or they're going to follow up with another submission. Okay? So we can look at that one more time. This way, stay straight. Yeah, right here. So we're trapped, our hand might be down, our training partner might have the foot under the knee. Look, here. Flare up your shoulders. Posturing up from this position is only gonna give our training partner more space to cut the corner and get a good angle. So, trapped arm goes across. Once it's across, guys, yes, you're putting yourself in some armbar danger, but once it's going through, your knee goes to the hip. So you're almost going knee to hip right now. John cannot bring his head towards his left and cannot bring his hips towards his right. You can try. He cannot get the angle he wants. He might lock up the triangle even better now, but that's fine. Second hand pushes behind the knee. We take our head out, okay? Avoid trying to explode up. Your arm is still trapped. You might get caught in an omoplata. And you don't want, if you can avoid any other submission, avoid it. So go to the thigh, drag it, immediately start threatening your training partner's back, or at the very least, a strong guard pass to knee on belly, okay?
Last question for the truck. Gi and no gi is the same escape from the truck?
Yes. So the gi helps you that you can actually grab the pants by the knee. And if you're reaching, you can grab the pants out by the hip. No gi, you have your hands in the same place, more than just grabbing to trap, to guide. If it's too sweaty, your hand might slip, but that's the idea of it. So you do it on me. Or... So wait, turn this way. So start rolling. So here, no-gi, you'll still push this without grabbing anything. Foot goes to the mat, and you try to stay heavy here because this is what you want, like your heel very close to the knee. If you're crazy flexible and you're able to pull this and get it there, it's gonna be too weak. You're stationary, you're gonna get pancaked, you're gonna get pulled up, your training partner's winning this battle. So your foot starts to go in that direction, second foot down, you plant and go. Once you're in these positions, since you're doing no-gi, you most likely will have to follow up. Notice that even with the grips, John is able to go to the turtle. You can immediately ride your training partner up, switch the side of the back take, okay? But the idea is to switch the angle of the hips, being able to control your training partner's leg, and stomp your foot down. 5 minutes or?
7 minutes.
Okay.
Going back to the triangle, we had a question. I purchased Karel's triangle DVD, but I still get stacked like you're teaching. What's your favorite tip to retain the triangle? Can't speak.
Okay,
How do you
good.
retain the triangle?
Okay, Fox is gonna be happy you guys keep buying his DVDs. Just don't use any discount code. So here, getting stacked. You don't want your hips over your shoulders, and you also don't want your knees close to your head. Okay. Most of the times that I get stacked, at least, is when my training partner is already pressure passing, like their head is close to my chest, and I manage to lock these up. Now, keep driving forward. Yeah. Now this. Renzo used to say, you don't want to smell your own knee. Okay? This is way too close to my head. I'm flexible, I have long legs. Here I can lock it. But it's still bad. I'm still getting stacked. John can still cut the corner to the other side. John can still cut the corner. Start opening up the triangle. Okay? So, when you lock the triangle now, you want to cross your feet first. trapping your training partner's head and arm is more important than getting a very clean triangle off the get-go and try to get the submission. Trap your training partner. If you got the triangle from your training partner's pressure pass and their head is already close to your chest, your job is to push them back. So in between pushing them back and walking your shoulders up, you want your training partner's upper body close to your hip. So try to stay strong. You walk back here. Once you're in this position, John is not stacking me anymore. I can start switching the corner, switching the angle, cutting the corner, grabbing my shin, locking up the triangle. If it's too high, so going up, don't let your hips collapse. Start bridging slightly. Okay, notice there's some space in between my knees and my chest, but I don't want to fully push away. This is gonna be too much of a bridge, okay? Now we can start going under the leg and cutting the corner. Again, notice how John's upper body is closer to my hips than to my chest. That's where your triangle is gonna be the strongest. If you're, I'm assuming you're not crazy flexible where you can lock it all the way up over your head. So with your legs, keep pushing back. I know sometimes you might have a triangle and you're bent like this. You don't want that. Just lock your feet, start extending your body. Get your core engaged. Now you can start going for your triangle. You want to be balled up for the finish, but you don't want to be fully pancaked. Knees to chest and worst, hips over your shoulders. Okay? So that'll be it. Lock it up, walk your shoulders back, push your training partner away from you, but get used to finding that middle. At the beginning, you might push too hard where people are gonna be able to just explode out or posture up really hard. So grabbing your shin while you push is gonna help you kind of like get stuck on the push. And that's where you fight for your angle. Hope that answered your question, and that's it, no more. Okay, Ali's throwing us out of here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Again, I'm not sure how we're gonna label this, either bonus episode or the first for season 5. Happy New Year, guys. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Keep triangling your training partners. Hopefully you take their backs better now. And you have Fox's BJJ Fanatics DVDs and all that stuff. Happy New Year, guys.